Hey, thanks for shopping on our website or popping into one of our events and ordering one of our jewelry care kits. I am going to go over what comes with your kit and then I'll walk you through how to use it. So you have your kit and you've got in there our non-toxic paste. It's a recipe that we've developed. You could technically eat this. You don't want to, but it wouldn't hurt you if you did. All of the ingredients are natural. There is a brush included in there. I find the brush easier when cleaning chains, and the charms themselves, I typically tend to use my fingers. And then there's a small microfiber cloth. This works really well if you're cleaning 1 or 2 pieces of jewelry. After you rinse it off, you can just wipe it with this and dry it, and it won't leave any streaks or anything on your jewelry. There are instructions in your kit as well that will walk you through what we're going to chat about in the video. So I picked out a piece of jewelry out of my discard pile. It has been sitting in a jar for quite a long time, so it looks a little bit more dirty than what you will probably have in your jewelry. But let's dive in and I'll show you how to clean your jewelry. So you can start with your jewelry either wet or dry. It's really up to you, but I'm going to start cleaning the charm first before I do anything else, and this jewelry is completely dry, and so I'm just going to take a little bit on my fingers and then make sure that it's rubbed together. You'll feel the grittiness in there, and then I'm going to take that and I'm going to start rubbing my fingers on it, and you can see that it already starts shining up really nicely, and the cleaner paste on my fingers is getting nice and gray. Don't forget to do the sides and get around and inside the jump rings. And try not to dip your fingers back into the paste once they are dirty, because then you just don't want to get all of that grossness inside. So you can already see it's looking much better. So I'm going to rinse this off just with some regular tap water, and then we'll go clean the chain. So I'm going to go clean the chain now, and I'm not going to dry the piece off in between then, but you can already see it's much cleaner. And so I'm just kind of pulling some of that water through the rest of it because I'm going to get the brush now. And then the surface that I'm working on, I'm going to take a little bit of the paste off and put it on this surface because it's clean. And that way I won't have to, if I need more paste on my brush, re-dip my dirty brush back into the paste. So I'm going to scoop what's on the lid, and I'm not going to need a lot. And I'm just going to put a small little amount on the countertop and then put this away because I don't need any more than that. And then I'm just going to take a little tiny bit on the brush. So I'm going to use my fingers and hold the chain nice and taut, and I am going to just use the brush to get in all of those little circles. Now, if you start seeing some of that same gray coming off onto your surface, don't worry, that will come off really easily. This is a really light abrasive, so it should not scratch or harm the surface underneath. If you use any sort of a Barkeeper's Friend or Comet or baking soda or anything on your surfaces when you're cleaning, this is going to be similar, if not less abrasive than that. And so go back and forth, straight up and down, circular motions. This particular chain has lots of those little links in it, and so I'm just making sure that I'm getting as much of the paste in there as possible. And then as I get all the way to the end, I'm going to take my fingers and work the chain through my fingers just like I did the charm, just to make sure it all gets in there. So you can see my brush is a little dirty. And so I'm just going to work it through with my fingers just like I did with the charm. Chains can be tricky because sometimes they don't look quite as immediately clean as a charm does. And so you may have to do this one more time, but we'll see. All right, so I did dry my hands off before grabbing the microfiber cloth because this is pretty small and my hands were pretty wet. And so I don't want this to be super wet. I just just a little damp when drying off the piece. But I'm going to go through and I'm going to dry off the chain and the charm. You can already see it's made quite a bit of a difference. And not only the charm, but the chain itself. So one thing you might notice is some of the gray has come off of the fingerprints and the words, and that's okay. This will, once again, as the charm starts to oxidize as you're wearing it, these will darken up quite a bit more as you wear it. And so there is your clean jewelry. If you have any questions, feel free to hop onto our website and shoot us an email in the comment. We will be happy to help you anytime you need it.